The Princess and the Pea, retold by Dick Gackenbach. Once upon a time there was a prince. His name was Charlie, and he wanted to marry a princess. A cheerful, kind, and thoughtful sort of princess, said the prince. A perfect princess, said his mother, the queen. From royal head to royal toes. A true princess in every way, said the prince. A real princess, agreed the queen. So off Prince Charlie went, traveling from castle to castle in search of a real, honest-to-goodness princess. Every castle had someone who called herself a princess, but whether she was the real thing or not was something Prince Charlie had to find out. At the first castle, the so-called princess did nothing but giggle. The prince called her silly. In the second castle, the princess ate food with her fingers. She's no princess, said Charlie. She's a hog. In the third castle, the princess kicked her dog and shouted at her canary. Prince Charlie called her mean. The princess who lived in the fourth castle was selfish, and the princess in the fifth castle was vain. They are all phony, Prince Charlie decided. There's not a real princess in the bunch. So he gave up and went home again. One evening, soon after the prince returned, there was a terrible storm. Thunder roared and lightning flashed, and the rain came down in torrents. Suddenly, there was a knock on the castle door. The old queen herself went to answer it. "What have we here?" said the queen. "I am Princess Clara," answered the wet stranger at the door. "I am in search of shelter from this dreadful storm." And what a sight the poor girl was after all that rain. Water ran down from her nose, from her hair, and her clothes. It ran into the toes of her shoes and out again at the heels. Yet she said she was a princess. "Oh, please come in," said the queen. "You are just in time for supper." Over stew and puddings, the prince and princess spoke of many things. "I love animals," Clara told Charlie. "Me too," he said. "Books are so much fun," Charlie told Clara. "I think so too," she said. "I laugh," he said, "but I never giggle." "Oh, nor I. Only sillies giggle," she replied. And so it went through supper. The prince found his lovely guest to be as bright as the red back of a ladybug, and cheerful as well. "I like her," Prince Charlie whispered to his mother. "Clara is a real princess if I ever saw one." "Well, she does seem to be at home in a castle," the queen whispered back. "But only one test will tell us for certain whether she is a real princess or not." "What test?" asked the prince. The queen said nothing more. She lifted a leftover pea from her plate and quietly slipped away to the bedroom. Then she took all the bedding off the bed and laid the pea at the bottom. Then she had 30 mattresses filled with soft goose feathers brought in and laid down squarely on the tiny pea. On top of these, Princess Clara was to sleep. In the morning, Prince Charlie and the Queen asked the princess, "How did you sleep?" "Oh," groaned poor Princess Clara, "I didn't sleep a wink. Heaven only knows what was in that bed. But I was lying on something hard. I'm stiff and sore and black and blue all over. What a night!" "That settles it," cried the queen. "She's the real thing. Only a true princess could feel such a tiny thing as a pea through 30 thick mattresses, all filled with soft goose feathers." "I told you Clara was a real princess," said Charlie. And since Princess Clara had already decided Prince Charlie was himself a real prince and worthy of a real princess, they soon fell in love. In the spring, there was a grand and glorious wedding with all the royal trimmings. Good Prince Charlie and the lovely Prince Clara lived happily ever after. The pea was placed under glass and put on display for all to see in the Royal Museum of Royal Things, where it may still be seen today, if no one has eaten it.